Today's video is going to be specifically meant for people who are going to be starting their oil palm farming this 2026. As we are going to be looking at the cost breakdown of what it will cost them to set up their farm, all the things they need, the prices, the current prices, and the things they need to do to put their oil palm farm established. So today's video is going to be like a roadmap to 2026 establishment for oil palm farmers. Now, for anybody that is looking at setting up an oil palm plantation this year, you must have gotten your land, and by this time, you must have started clearing your farmland, depending on the size on which you want to establish. So if you are looking at maybe from 50 acres upward, by now you should have started clearing your land, removing the trees and things like that. So we are going to be looking at the cost breakdown for oil palm farming establishment for the year 2026. So I'm going to be giving out all the things you need to do, the items you'll be needing to set up your farm, and their current prices this year. So this video is specifically divided into three aspects. We are going to be looking at the materials you'll be needing, the cost of land preparation and how to go about it, and lastly, the planting establishment process itself. So to start with, the materials you'll be needing if you want to set up your oil palm plantation. The number one material is the seedlings. So, and this one is the most important thing on your oil palm farm, because there are three things that determine your productivity as an oil palm farmer. The first thing is the type, the quality of your seedling. The second thing is the environment, and the third thing is your management, how you manage them. Now, if you plant this wrong seedling or low quality seedling, the other two factors will not be that important anymore, because you will just be managing a poor seedling, and no matter the amount of fertilizer, no matter how good the environment will be, a poor seedling will not perform best. So that's one thing you have to know about seedling. You have to be very, very careful about this. And the current price of seedling, if you are buying a mature one and a certified F1 Tenera seedling, as of today, the current price is 2,500. Although you might be seeing online on some nursery owners advertising seedling for 500 naira, 600 naira. So that is your own. If you take that route, you are taking your own risk at your own risk. Is at your own risk. So the price of seedling currently is 2,500 naira. And even if you are buying from the Nigerian Institute for Oil Palm Research, which is NIFO. So NIFO is a federal government institution, and their products are subsidized. Even at that, their price is 2,500 naira. So how will you now expect a private entity in nursery want to sell below this? So the best price you can get, if that seedling is F1 Tenera hybrid confirmed one, the best price, the cheapest you can get is 2,500. So the second thing, the second material you might be needing is also the seed. This is particularly for people who wants to raise their seedling themselves. So if you want to buy a seed now, a seed is about 520 naira. And you can also, we also do supply of NIFO sprouted seeds. You can reach out to me on the number showing on your screen for bulk purchase. Minimum purchase is 1,000 seeds, and it will get delivered to you nationwide, and even outside Nigeria will do delivery. So talking about the materials you'll be needing, another material you'll be needing is the guard net. This is very, very important, because after planting your oil palm seedlings, you have to make sure that you protect them from the attack from rodents and squirrels. So you put a kind of net, guard net, around the seedling to protect them. So guard net is around 300 naira to 500 naira, depending on the type of net and depending on your location. So the movement, if you are buying seedling, you have to make sure that you are buying mature one, and you have to establish that what you are buying is from the right source, is confirmed F1 Tenera. Many people are selling F3, F2 safe, F3, F4. So, but by their fruit we shall know them. But and by that time when they will start fruiting, it might be too late finding out at that time. So those are the things you need for your oil palm, the materials you need for your oil palm farming establishment. Now, talking about the land preparation, you have to get your land prepared before you even think of planting. So uh, it now depends on the size of your farm. If your farmland is a big one, if you are looking at anything anything above 50 acres, for example, it is advised that you go the mechanical way. It is advised you go and use bulldozer, because there's no way you want to get 50 acres and majority part of that land will not be a kind of a virgin forest with big trees. So if you want to do manual clearing in that kind of scenario, you will waste a whole lot of time, you will waste resources, and the work will not be neatly done as if you used bulldozer to do it. Now, currently, the price of hiring bulldozer charges per day. If you are dealing with bulldozing company, land clearing company, they charge per day. And their charges is around 300,000 naira to 500,000 naira per day they are spending on your farmland. Do you get it? These charges is usually dependent on the vegetation on your farmland, how thick it is, and also it's also dependent on the location of that area. Do you get it? In some area you can find it cheaper, in some area we'll find it higher than that. So another way of clearing land, if your farmland is not that big, maybe 10 acres, 20 acres, and you notice that, okay, this is not a forest environment, there's no too much trees like that. So, and all what you have, majority of what you have there are bushes, which you can use plow. You can easily hire a tractor and you ask them to plow it for you. So, but provided the thick is not that it's not that thick, and also there's no too much trees there, because if there are too much trees, tractor will not be able to work properly. And if the bushes are also thick, it will be very hard for the tractor to work. So if you are looking to work with the tractor and to use a plow, plowing an acre, plowing is being charged an acre. In the southwestern part of Nigeria, uh, the prices of plowing an acre of land is usually between 40,000 to 60,000 naira, depending on your location. The last way by which you can use in your land preparation is meant for people who wants to use small piece of land for their cultivation. Do you get it? We advise people like that, you can use manual clearing. If maybe you are working with 5 acres or 10 acres and the place is not a virgin forest like that. Even if it's a virgin forest and you cannot afford bulldozer and the land is small, it's better you go for manual clearing. Manual clearing takes time, and if you don't get a team that are very good with it, they will end up doing a shabby work. But if you have a team, you are able to get a team that knows how to do manual land clearing. They will do a good job for you, and their charges is usually between 50 to 70,000 naira for clearing and packing 1 acre of farmland. So lastly but not the least, which is the oga patapata of it, which is the planting, the establishment itself. Now, in oil palm establishment, there are 3 activities that we do. We don't just come to your farm and bring seedling now. We plant randomly like that. So we first of all mark your farm. If it's a big farm, we'll, we'll do set out for you, we'll do layout for you, we'll remove road area for you. Then the remaining area will be meant for establishment, for plantation establishment. So we'll do marking. Marking is, we'll have to mark all the area meant for plantation establishment, and to know each point where each oil palm seedling will sit with a very accurate measurement of 9-meter triangular spacing. So we'll do that. Then before we now start digging at each point we have already marked. So which means we'll be doing marking, digging, then we are going to be doing the planting itself. So usually planting is being charged per hectare, I mean, is being charged per hectare. And charges for establishment is usually between 100,000 naira to 150,000 naira for establishment. Do you get it? That is the normal range we do charge for establishing an oil palm plantation. So you can also reach out to me on the number showing on your screen. We handle farm establishment and we also supply quality seedlings. All our whole seedlings are raised from 946 and we do delivery also. So you reach out to us for planting, for seedlings, and for consultancy services. With this, I've come to the end of today's episode, and I hope you've actually gotten value from this video one way or the other. I wish you all the best in your establishment journey this year, and I hope to hear your success story. Thank you for your time and see you on the next one. Sheshe.